method. Hopefully it's all working. I've even tried to put a chat box up for everybody. So hopefully that's working. If somebody would like to say something, then that will help me understand if that's working or not. So today we're going to look at gradable or ungradable adjectives. And I hope to demonstrate that there is not such a strong line between the two. Things are never as simple as you would like them to be, and so we can't just split adjectives into gradable and ungradable and then everything will work out fine. Sadly, it doesn't work like that. And so we'll talk about some of the nuances of this, but I hope I can also teach you a few new words with some of these ungradable adjectives. Now, firstly, what are gradable and ungradable adjectives? Well, these are two different types of adjectives, and the reason we've separated adjectives into two different types, it really is mainly because some adjectives you use certain intensifiers with. These are all used. Oh, wow, yeah, thanks for putting up some messages, guys. The chat box is working. That's fantastic. So these intensifiers here generally work with ungradable adjectives, yeah? Absolutely is the most famous one, and I really want you to learn that one because that's the one that we use the most often. And with this one, you can use it with more adjectives than perhaps a lot of them down here. Because this is the tricky thing. You start, well, as a teacher, I start by teaching people the difference between gradable and ungradable adjectives. But I know that really the adverb that you choose to go with another adjective, it's more about collocations, so which two generally go together, okay? And I'm going to do that in a future class, but I just want to start with gradable or ungradable today. That's all I want to look at, but I will do some more in future classes. And please, if you're watching this live, please remember that you need to go to my website if you want to see this lesson in the future, or join me on odyssey.com, and my website is up here. It's skype-lessons.com. I will be putting exercises, I've already put some actually for the last two lessons that I did on parallel structure and comma splices. There are exercises under the videos that are completely free. You just click on them and you'll get a little PDF. And so I am doing exercises for these classes now, and the only way you'll find them is by going to my website. So please head to my website. Now, these words, tired, tidy, funny, lovable, poor, annoying, bad, I'm pretty sure that most of you are very familiar with these words, but I'm also pretty sure that most of you are unfamiliar with these words. And that's just reminding me actually that I haven't got the word pretty on the board. And pretty and rather, they go in the middle. Yeah, pretty and really rather. Pretty and really go in the middle. And what do I mean? You can say really tired, really knackered, really tidy, really immaculate, really funny, really hilarious. You can use really with anything. And that's the great thing about really. If you're ever unsure, use really. Same goes for pretty. You can use these two with gradable or ungradable adjectives. Yeah, you can use them with both. But these ones work only with gradable, and these ones work only with ungradable here. Okay, and there is one word, quite, which I've written at the bottom, which actually changes its meaning if it's used with gradable. It's different than when it's used with ungradable. So if you say quite clever, that means quite clever, rather clever, pretty clever. Yeah, it's not really intense. But if you say that was quite hilarious, then it's really intense. It means really, really, really hilarious. So quite is less strong, yeah, with gradable adjectives, and it just means kind of fairly. Yeah, have I put fairly up there? Yeah, fairly. But with ungradable adjectives, it means absolutely. Yeah, it's really, really strong. It doesn't just mean fairly. Hi there, Sveta. Thanks for putting a comment. It really does help me see that everything is working. I'm afraid I wouldn't know how to hide the chat box, but I will work on that one day. I don't know, is it covering up the board then, this chat box? I don't suppose it moves if I touch it, no. I'll have to look at that in future and maybe I can do something, but hopefully, yeah, I'll work on it. So you've got these gradable adjectives, yeah, and I've actually done a lesson on this already. You can find it by looking up gradable adjectives, typing that into YouTube, and I think you'll be able to find my videos still. I'm not sure if they're hiding them or not, but there is a video up on YouTube on gradable or ungradable adjectives already. I've tried to make this one new and different by putting in adjectives that I didn't include in the last class. And I think that if you make an effort to learn these ungradable adjectives, it really does give you more vocabulary. It adds a lot of colour to your language, so it's worth doing. Now, let's just go through these words and then we'll talk a little bit about the intensifiers. But tired. Now, you all learn exhausted, don't you? Exhausted is the ungradable, it's the strong adjective of tired. And it's a great word, exhausted, of course. But knackered is another word, which means exhausted, and it's UK slang. Yeah, it's not used in America, it's UK slang, but all British people know exactly what knackered means. Some of them might even know the phrase cream crackered as well, which is more like rhyming slang. So somebody's just asked if I could explain the difference between gradable and ungradable adjectives. The difference is that they use different